Not quite. First, I need convincing that Ken does want a joint party. I don't want to gate crash his.
Well, why not? It's greener, apart from anything.
Trust you to suck the joy out of a birthday party.
Well, it's a bit like car sharing, more people enjoying fewer finite resources.
Oh, yeah. I mean, hey, forget carbon emissions. It's all them little cocktail sausages on sticks that are overheating the planet.
Every little counts.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you now, if I get to 70, I'm going to let rip regardless of the risk of global warming.
There's always offsetting.
What do you know about offsetting?
Bryony at Knit and Natter.
Can you knit?
No, but she can natter.
Bryony offsets everything she shouldn't do with something she should.
Highly commendable.
If she has a sherry, she offsets it with a walk in the park.
Not sure it works like that.
Well, I'd have to walk from Land's End to John O'Groats to offset all the sherries I've had.
So, we're all agreed? We're having a joint party in the Rovers?
Yes, Emily.
Good.
Sorry, Emily, can I just remind me Dad and Blanche that it's Simon's recorder recital this afternoon?
Oh, like any of us need reminding the amount he's practiced.
At the end of the world, Simon had 3 generations of his family watching.
He was looking for it in the audience.
He were not. He was sat up straight, giving that recorder jib like a real pro. Put me in mind of like a bill.
And I've got a special pudding for him in the fridge after he's had his tea.
Triple chocolate mousse.
Intelligent as well as talented.
She shouldn't make promises that she can't keep.
Could have been worse. She could have turned up drunk.
Blanche.
Well, I did notice 1 or 2 of the teachers giving me a wide berth when I walked in.
Yeah, but look how far you've come since those dark days. You were proud of your son this afternoon. And I was proud of mine.
He was dead good, weren't he?
Virtuoso performance.
Oh, not a word you normally use for Fairy Jacker on a recorder.
Oh, I am so sorry. I couldn't get away. How'd it go, Simon? Nailed it. Yes. Sorry. Come in, Molly.
No seats. I said we should have got here earlier.
Frank exchange of views is all very well, but if it descends into rabble-rousing...
Descends. Look at Sally Webster.
God, it's evening.
Yeah, well, it just shows you how strong public feeling is.
Well, have you written a speech?
No, Rosie, I'm going to speak from my heart.
Well, Mum, keep it short, because I'm meeting Minnie in a club in half an hour.
Right, can I get everybody's attention, please?
The earth is flat.
I'd just like to say a few words. Firstly, I'd just like to say thank you all for coming, because I know how busy everybody is. But the well-being of our children is something that we all care about. And we have to do everything in our power to protect them.
Yeah. Go on, Sal.
Sorry, is this a private party?
No, you're just as entitled to be here as anyone else.
More entitled than some we could mention.
I thought you were poor.
I've made a miraculous recovery.
Come on, Sally, you speak up, love.
As you all know, a year ago, my daughter Rosie was abducted by John Stape, her former teacher. Is there a cheap stunt, a pathetic attempt to curry favour? John Stape wants you to think that he's a decent, honest man who served his time.
He is.
He is not. He is a devious...
I'm sorry.
He's a devious, manipulative predator.
This is unfair.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't be saying that if you had an 18-year-old daughter, Roy.
But that's irrelevant.
Why? Well, Amber's in the same class as Rosie. She could have been the one.
We don't have to take this. I mean, we can say no. At the end of his letter, he says, I would be grateful for any responses which might help Fizz and I to come to a decision about our future. Oh, give him the response that this letter deserves. Write to him tonight and tell him he is not welcome on this street.
With you there, Sal. Sal.
In fact, I'm going to go one step further. I'm going to burn this letter and I'm going to send him the ashes.
I'm sorry, this is like a meeting of the Ku Klux Klan.
We can't allow a pervert to live on our street.
He served his sentence. It's not up to you where he lives.
Hey, hey. Well said, Kenny boy.
You would say that. You're an ex-con as well.
Well, I find myself in the unusual position of having no sympathy for the criminal or the victim.
All John wants is to put what happened behind us and make a fresh start.
Fine. Well, go and find somewhere else to live.
We have got Chesney to consider.
Why should my daughters, why should I have to put up with you and John walking down our street? How is that going to make us feel?
John is deeply sorry for what he did. He said so in court. And he has never tried to wriggle out of any charges. He has taken his punishment. He said sorry over and over again. He gave Rosie the money from the sale of his grand's house.
Yeah, that was a ruse.
You drive around in a sports car that you bought with John's money.
He owed Rosie that money.
I love John. I know what he did was wrong, but he is still a good person. He's writing to you all to ask for your permission for us to live here. He don't have to do that. He's doing it because he cares what you think. He knows, just like I know, that you are all good, decent, fair-minded people. Thank you. Woo.
How's the birthday boy and girl then?
Oh, very well, thank you.
All the better for seeing you two.
You have a seat, I'll get the drinks. Can I get anybody else one?
No,
No, I'm fine, thanks.
you look really good tonight.
Oh, thanks.
Have you had your hair done?
No.
You look different.
She's young. That's what's different. You're on the coffin dodger's table.
How are you, Blanche?
Oh, mustn't grumble.
You know, my hearing's getting worse. I could have sworn I heard Blanche Hunt say, mustn't grumble.
Don't tip it.
So, has anyone made a toast?
Not yet.
OK, well, then allow me. Happy birthday, Dad and Emily.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Come on then, speech. Let's have some words of wisdom from the old codgers.
Ladies first.
Oh, thank you. I have no words of wisdom, but I do have a request. I know it's traditional to mark these occasions with memories and reminiscing, and that's fine, but I'd like us to break with tradition and spend some of this evening talking about the future and things we still want to do, the adventures yet to come.
Yeah.
Now, Ken.
Well, I second that thought. And I'd like to add one thing. I'd just like to say how important it is to have my son back in my life and to see his new family with Leanne and Simon. You are the future, and you make me feel very proud.
Give over, Dad, I'm welling up here.
I mean it.
All together now?
Oh, saved by the cake.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Cat and Emily. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Many things I'd like to do. I'd love to fly in a hot air balloon, or travel on the Orient Express, or even do a parachute jump.
I'd like to see cats.
What did she say?
That's the strange thing. She didn't say anything.
Perhaps she was too upset to speak.
I mean, I've not been able to get a word in edgeways for a week. I fired her and she struck dumb. It was quite an ordeal, I'll tell you.
I don't imagine it were a picnic for her, neither.
Should we finish these and go home?
Nice party.
Yeah.
Hey, you never told us about Glasgow. How'd you get on?
Bill asked me to put in a good word with you.
Oh, yeah? What about?
You tell me.
That's nothing.
The new development, renovation work?
He's getting a bit ahead of himself.
What's the secret?
What secret?
No secret.
So what's going on?
What's this?
OK, well, it's early days yet, but we're thinking of... That's obviously me and Leanne. We're thinking of opening a new business. A bar.
Well, that takes the biscuit.
Well, not like a nightclub or a pub or out, more like a hotel bar, innit?
Yeah, and whose idea was this?
Well, it was our idea.
An alcoholic and an arsonist open a bar. It sounds like the start of a joke.
And not a very funny one.
Yeah, I have to agree. You're a recovering alcoholic. What are you thinking?
Yeah, well, thanks for the vote of confidence, Dad, but I'm sitting in a pub now, aren't I? Look, hey, I'm fine.
What about Simon?
Well, I think he's too young to serve and he can probably mix cocktails in the back.
Somebody tell me this is a wind-up.
This is your influence.
Hey, hang on.
You said she was good for me.
Don't you see how vulnerable he is? I mean, if he falls off the wagon, what's this going to mean to Simon?
Look, don't have a go at her. This was my idea, all right, and I can handle it.
How can you even afford it?
I can mortgage the bookies, that's how I can afford it.
Oh, now I know you've lost your mind. First, you buy the bookies for Simon with his inheritance to secure his future, and now you want to gamble it on some harebrained scheme to open a bar with someone who's only recently burnt one down.
Right, come on, we're leaving.
I would never do anything to
Lee,
hurt...
don't. It's not even worth it. Come on. Now you can see why we didn't tell you in the first place. Oh, and it was my idea, this. I thought it was a good idea. Not Leanne, and you know what? You've just made me 10 times more committed to it. Happy birthday.
Same as usual.
Well, it's what you asked for, Blanche.
I didn't expect to get it. You should have given me a new look.
What kind of look?
Something different. I don't get bored.
I don't think you'd suit a Mohican, Blanche.
I wouldn't look any sillier with one of them than anyone else.
Oh, Maria, you've hardly said a word since Tony was in.
Yeah, I'm fuming, Audrey.
Not partial to orders?
No, I'm not.
Well, not many normal people are.
So what were you going to say to Carla?
I don't know, just... Well, there's no hard feelings.
Oh, sweetheart, I have dealt with quite a few ex-wives, and all the feelings are always hard. And if you ring her up and try and be friends, you are guaranteed to make things go nastier than they were going to be in the first place.
Oh, that can't be right.
No, well, look at it from her point of view. I mean, it looks like crowing. I've got your man, so come on, let's all move on now and be friends. I mean, it's like, well, that he never needed her. Like she was instantly forgotten.
Reginald Bosanquet. Now, he had lovely hair.